I still remember that number like it was burned into my brain. $10,000. That was my entire life savings. It wasn't inherited or gifted. It came from years of small sacrifices, packing my lunch every day, skipping nights out, and working extra hours when I could. At the time, it felt like both everything and nothing, enough to feel proud of, but nowhere near enough to truly change my life. And yet, 10 years later, that same $10,000 had become over $1 million. Not through luck, not through gambling on crypto or chasing meme stocks, but through a method so simple it almost sounds boring, and a mindset shift that completely transformed how I viewed money. Today, I'm going to walk you through exactly how I did it step by step. When I first saw that $10,000 sitting in my account, I didn't feel powerful. One felt terrified. No one teaches you what to do once you finally have some money. The common advice was always the same. Keep it safe, don't take risks, save, but never spend. So that's exactly what I did. I parked it in a savings account, and for a while I felt responsible, even proud. Until one day I ran the numbers and realized something that changed everything. Inflation, that invisible tax, was quietly eating away at my money every single day. My safe money was losing value in real time. That was my first wake-up call. I realized that being safe wasn't about protecting your money. It was about making sure it grows. But I didn't know how to make it grow. Investing felt like some exclusive club with its own secret language. I read books, watched videos, and scrolled through endless advice online. Everyone had an opinion: buy this stock, trade options, go all in on real estate. Every path felt like a gamble. I was afraid of losing what I'd worked so hard to earn, and that fear, that scarcity mindset, kept me stuck. I thought 10,000 was something I needed to guard, not grow. It was a defensive mindset that so many of us fall into, believing we don't have enough to start or that investing is only for the rich. The real breakthrough came not from a financial strategy, but from a mental one. The single biggest change that transformed everything was shifting from a scarcity mindset to an abundance mindset. Now, I know that sounds like something out of a self-help book, but it's the absolute foundation of building wealth. Scarcity mindset tells you there's only so much money to go around, that every dollar you spend or invest is something you might lose. An abundance mindset tells you that wealth can be created, that money is not the goal, it's the tool. When I stopped seeing my 10,000 as a treasure to hide and started seeing it as a seed to plant. Once that clicked, fear stopped being the driver. I stopped asking, what if I lose it all? And started asking, what could this become over time? With that new mindset, I built what I now call my lazy millionaire system. It's not flashy, it's not risky, but it works because it's grounded in time-tested principles. The first pillar was passive index investing. Instead of chasing the next hot stock, I decided to own them all. I invested in a low-cost S&P 500 index fund, which instantly made me a fractional owner of 500 of the biggest companies in America: Apple, Microsoft, Amazon, and many others. It gave me instant diversification and eliminated the need to pick winners. My goal wasn't to beat the market. It was to be the market, and over time, the market grows. The second pillar was consistency and automation. I didn't just invest once and hope for the best. Every single month, without fail, a portion of my paycheck automatically went into my index fund. This method, known as dollar cost averaging, meant I was investing regularly regardless of market conditions. When prices dipped, I bought more shares. When prices rose, I bought fewer. By automating the process, I removed emotion from the equation, and emotion, I learned, is the #1 wealth destroyer. The third pillar was compounding, the most powerful wealth-building force in existence. I never withdrew dividends or took profits early. Every cent was reinvested. At first, the growth was slow, almost invisible. But then, like a snowball rolling downhill, it began to build momentum. My returns started generating their own returns. The effect multiplied until growth became exponential. That's the magic of compounding small, consistent actions that seem insignificant at first, eventually create massive results. If this is making sense so far and you're serious about transforming your financial life, do me a favor, hit that like button and subscribe. It's completely free, but it tells YouTube that this kind of content matters to you. And it helps me keep creating more videos that simplify wealth and make financial freedom accessible for everyone. Now, I want to be honest, the journey wasn't a straight line. About a year into investing, the market dropped nearly 15% in just a few weeks. My portfolio, which had been growing nicely, suddenly turned red. Panic set in. Every headline screamed, "Crash." And that old scarcity mindset whispered, "See? You should have just kept it in the bank." But this was the moment that tested everything I'd learned. I reminded myself that I wasn't a trader. I was a long-term investor. I knew market drops were normal, and that the real mistake would be selling out of fear. So I held firm. I even continued buying more. And sure enough, months later, the market recovered and my portfolio hit new highs. That moment taught me the most valuable lesson of all. Wealth isn't built when the market is booming. It's built when you stay calm during the storms. Over the next few years, I stuck to the same boring, consistent plan: automatic monthly investments, reinvested dividends, no emotional decisions. Slowly, the curve began to bend upward, and then it accelerated. That initial $10,000, along with my steady monthly contributions, eventually grew to over $1 million. The most astonishing part: less than a third of that came from my own pocket. The rest was growth, pure compound magic. That day I crossed the $1 million mark, it didn't even feel real. Not because of the number itself, but because of what it represented. Proof that you don't need to be lucky, gifted, or born into wealth to achieve financial freedom. You just need time, discipline, and a system that works. This journey taught me lessons far beyond money. First, that time is your greatest asset. The earlier you start, the less you need to invest. Second, that emotion is your greatest enemy. It's not the market that destroys wealth. It's panic and impatience. And third, that simplicity beats complexity every time. You don't need to chase trends or build complicated portfolios. You just need to stick with a simple plan long enough for it to work. So, what's the real secret to turning 10,000 into $1 million? It wasn't luck, it wasn't timing, and it definitely wasn't gambling. It was a simple plan executed consistently over time, powered by a mindset of abundance instead of fear. Once you stop playing defense with your money and start letting it work for you, the results become inevitable. If my story resonated with you, I'd love to hear yours. What's holding you back from starting your investment journey? Drop a comment below. I read every single one. And if you found value here, subscribe to BiteWealth, where we make money concepts simple, practical, and powerful. Your financial freedom starts with knowledge, and that's exactly what we're building here, together. Thank you for watching, and remember, the best time to plant your financial seed was yesterday. The second best time is today.